Join me as I explore London in a way you've never seen before, and I'll try to uncover its hidden gems in just 48 hours. London is full of culture, however, it can appear to visitors as being large, busy and crowded, and with that comes the challenge of what do you do when there is so much to see? That's why I'm here. So let's start with the Graffiti Tunnel in London, also known as Leek Street Tunnel. Is a vibrant, ever-changing artwork located beneath Waterloo railway station, attracting both local and international artists. Inside the Graffiti Tunnel is a less-known place called Yank, offering a laid-back sports dive bar experience from Philadelphia. They have a range of fun sports including batting cages, shuffleboard and ping pong. Secondly, and the reason you're watching this video, the iconic landmarks and delicious food in London. A short walk from the Graffiti Tunnel is the River Thames. Take a cruise along the River Thames for stunning views of the city, and while you're here, pop on the London Eye. Go during the day to see London in all its glory, and come back at night to watch the city light up. It's magical. Now walk along the Thames away from the Houses of Parliament. Don't worry, we'll see that later. You'll find lots of different street artists. Feel like a secret agent? Check out the MI6 building, home to Britain's Secret Service. Who knows, you might just spot a spy.
Oh, behave.
The building has been in many spy movies, including James Bond. Walk along the river towards the Houses of Parliament. Stop to take a photo of the Thames with the London Eye. Whilst walking around London, keep your eye out for the blue plaques on buildings. They mark the homes or locations where famous people have lived, worked or had significant associations. The Houses of Parliament, also known as the Palace of Westminster, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of the most iconic landmarks in London and a key part of the UK's history and political system. It serves as the home to the House of Commons and the House of Lords, where members of Parliament and Lords meet to discuss and pass laws. You can also do a guided tour of the Houses of Parliament, which is stunning and very informative. Across the road is Parliament Gardens, which houses significant figures in parliamentary history, including Winston Churchill. It's also a lovely place to stop and wait for the bells to chime on each quarter of the hour. However, on the hour is the most spectacular. If you're interested in the role Churchill played in World War II, check out Churchill War Rooms around the corner in St James's Park. It showcases the rooms and bunkers Churchill led his war strategy from. You'll also see a queue of people taking photos of red telephone boxes on the left of Big Ben. Our top tip is to do this first thing in the morning as it's less busy. There's also a line of phone boxes around the corner on Whitehall. Next, take a step back with a visit to Westminster Abbey. This historic church is the site of many royal weddings and coronations. The roads surrounding Westminster Abbey are the route we're going to take you now. Is often used for the royal procession, which I'm sure you've seen on TV. Now, are you ready for a stroll taking in some of the best sights in London? Let's leave the Houses of Parliament behind. I mean literally, you're walking away from Big Ben, onto Whitehall and heading to 10 Downing Street. Downing Street is one of the most iconic addresses in the United Kingdom and refers to a small street in Westminster, but is most famous for number 10, the official residence and office of the Prime Minister since 1735. The street also includes number 11, the residence of the Chancellor of Exchequer, and number 12, which is used for various governmental functions. Just a short walk up Whitehall is Trafalgar Square, the home to the famous Nelson's Column and some incredible art galleries nearby. I recommend visiting day and night as the fountains become lit after dark. For lunch, head to Seven Dials, which is an indoor food hall serving a variety of cuisines. If you like cheese and wine,
I'm just crackers about cheese.
Head to Pick a Cheese, where they specialise in British cheeses and unique pairings like lemon curd, shortbread and even fudge. The cheese is served on a belt like you find in sushi restaurants. Now you're full of cheese, if you have a sweet tooth or want to finish off your appetite, Delicious, a local ice cream shop, is just up the road. Another one of my secret spots is Neal's Yard. Its beautiful courtyard with stunning colours and art is around the corner from Seven Dials. Neal's Yard Remedy, located in the courtyard, is one of my favourite beauty and wellness brands. They started right here 40 years ago and have been making natural and organic skincare, essential oils and blended tea. They even have therapy rooms if you want to treat yourself to a massage after all the walking. Now, let's explore Covent Garden. On the way, stop by Barnsby Bars. They've only recently opened a permanent store. They offer homemade chocolate bars with a range of fillings, including cornflakes and a brownie base. And if you still have room, Donatella, specialise in homemade donuts and pastries, is around the corner. You can even see them being made through the window. They aren't cheap, but very delicious. Covent Garden was originally the site of Covent Garden, hence the name, belonging to Westminster Abbey in the medieval period. It's now an exciting area offering a unique mix of culture, full of boutique shops, restaurants, and a daily indoor crafts market. It also forms part of the theatre district. If you'd like to experience a unique British pub, head over to Punch and Judy, located in the market building of Covent Garden. Now, every time I've visited Covent Garden, and I mean that's a lot of times, there is always a musician playing on the ground level of the market building. You can't go wrong with watching a theatre show in the West End. There's often celebrities and famous actors playing key roles. We've just watched Much To Do About Nothing, a Shakespeare play with Tom Hiddleston as the lead. Next, let's head over to Leicester Square, where you'll find everything from movie premieres to street performers. It's a lively area which you won't want to miss. Make sure to check out the famous movie statues surrounding the park, including Mary Poppins, Harry Potter, and Mr. Bean. For some fun, don't miss the Lego store, which houses a 007 car made from Lego and a large Harry Potter scene. Opposite the Lego store is M&M's World. Both are fun of colourful displays and quirky merchandise, and they're perfect for a quick visit. For dinner, head to Soho, which is still in the West End and one of London's most dynamic and electric neighbourhoods, known for its vibrant atmosphere, cultural history, and a rich mix of entertainment, dining, shopping, and nightlife. Jep's in Soho is one of our favourite spots. They offer traditional Chicago deep dish pizzas, which is the actual depth of a pie. They also do a less deep version called the London. We started with the garlic bread, which was really light, fluffy, and delicious. Then we moved into the pizzas. So we ordered a ham and pineapple. And then also we had a make your own, where we picked various different toppings. Bit of a controversial question, but should pineapple be on a pizza? Now, if you're looking to catch the Houses of Parliament or London Eye at night, it's a 25-minute walk from Jep's past Trafalgar Square. Start your next day with one of the tastiest breakfasts in London, Dish Room, a popular, and there's often queues outside, so make sure you book it, Indian restaurant, offering delicious Mumbai-inspired dishes known for its vibrant atmosphere and flavourful meals. We had the naan wraps, one of which was called the Wrestler, including bacon, sausage, egg, chilli jam in a naan bread, and the other being an egg naan bread, along with the masala beans, which were so tasty. Next, head over to Piccadilly Circus, bustling landmark in London, known for its bright lights, significant history, and central location. It draws in millions of visitors each year. Here we found the Lindt Chocolate Shop, which was only opened the week prior. They offer unique London-themed chocolate and discounted large selection bags. The window displays look delicious and the cafe is a must. We tried the ice cream and chocolate shake. Now, do you want to eat like the royal family? Or maybe you're looking for an elegant British shopping experience? If so, head to Fortnum & Mason. It's one of the most iconic and historic retailers in the UK and holds a royal warrant as supplying food to the royal family. It's always offering quirky and fun window displays and is known for its high-end food, teas and luxury gifts. They also serve afternoon tea in the Diamond Jubilee Salon, which is stunning. For the Monopoly fans out there, head to Pall Mall and start the walk to Buckingham Palace from the top of the Mall. Along the Mall, you'll find Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Walk, and the Sunday King's Guard Parade starts at the Mall Crossing. Now, changing of the guard ceremony normally takes place on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11, And my favourite parade day is on a Sunday, where the Guard bands also play, and it starts at about 10:45 a.m. You can find the recent schedule on the Changing of the Guards website. Buckingham Palace is one of the most famous landmarks in London and the official residence of the British monarch. Built in 1703 and has over 775 rooms. Known for its rich history, stunning architecture, and it's a must-visit destination for anyone exploring London. Now, one of my top tips is if the flag is flown above Buckingham Palace, the King is in residence. In the summer, you can also do a tour of the palace, which I'd highly recommend. Finally, we end our London tour at my favourite royal park in London, St James's Park. It's peaceful and offers a variety of things to explore, from the cherry blossom to the lake in the middle and the Horse Guard parade. There are also many different pieces of wildlife, including swans. And a fun fact is, in the UK, King Charles III owns all unmarked swans swimming in open waters. In the evening, we picked up our Too Good To Go bag from the Gales Bakery, and I've been many of times as I love the cinnamon buns. Our Too Good To Go cost only £4.99 and included 2 overnight oat pots, passion fruit and mango chaya pudding, a loaf of artisan bread and a cinnamon bun.
Really nice buns.
Thank you, darling.
That sorted out our breakfast for the next morning. Drop us a comment with your favourite hidden spots in London, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to see more travel top tips and secrets, check out these videos. See you next time.